run into me. I'm going slow enough to avoid me. Very good. That's it. Take your time. No rush. He's not stopping that one. He's just going. He's just going. Very good. We all know who's got right away, don't we? The cows. Terrific. Well, he's got a bit of a giddy up, that one. Wow, look at them all. And just when you thought that's it with the livestock, we've got horses also on the road. And these ones look domesticated because they've got the, well, that one had the lead around its head. I'm not sure exactly the harness, I guess. They don't seem to be startled by the cars at all. Welcome back, subscribers, and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're at a I guess it's a truck stop in Narrabri or Narrabri. I'm not 100% sure how that's pronounced. I think it's Narrabri. And I'm just getting here some refreshments, getting a egg sandwich, as one does, and filling up with fuel. Now, we're in New South Wales, and those who aren't aware, I've rented the van that's behind me. Let me just get it behind me. That one there. From Cairns, and I'm making my way to Melbourne. And it's one of those situations where one relocates vans. You pay basically $1 a day. And on some occasions they will reimburse a percentage of your fuel. So you are, like I have, flown up to Cairns, and they've given us 8 days approximately to make your way down to Melbourne, and whatever I capture on video is what we capture. It's been a lot of fun, and I have to admit this made in China van has proven to be quite good. A few people said, oh no, they're no good, it has to be a Toyota or a Mercedes or something like that of a brand. But I can reassure people, if you're thinking about buying something like this, I have no issues with it whatsoever. Now the brand is called LDV. It's called a delivery. I'll see if I can get in the background. There you go. That's the brand. It's really, really good. Look, I might be lucky this is just a good one, but it's got everything that you need. This one's got a solar panel on the roof, so of an evening I'm able to download the footage from the drone, and also from this camera that you're looking at, or I'm looking at, onto my little laptop, so it's all stored away correctly. But I can say Narrabri or Narrabri, I'm not 100% sure. Let me have a double look on how they've got it spelt, and it is, let's see, they're calling it Narrabri, so we'll go with Narrabri or Narrabri. It ends in BRI, so Narrabri could be the ticket. If I pronounce it incorrectly, the world will not come to an end. So we'll go with Narrabri as opposed to Narrabri. And yeah, just at a Shell truck stop, a lot of trucks. Very, very hot once again. Very hard to go too far without having to have a drink. And these truck drivers, I have no idea how they do it. They've obviously got air conditioning in their trucks, but still, it gets quite hot, and then it becomes too cold if you've got the air conditioning on. But it is what it is. So yeah, so this is just a quick look around. We've already had the drone up. We've seen the rail yards. I think it's for grain. We're in grain district of New South Wales, and there's a lot of grain silos all over the place. If I do see one with art, we'll have a look. If we don't, we don't. On this occasion, in this particular town, they have none that I can sort of see from a distance, but it is what it is. So there's the van, and this is the Shell service station. I can tell you that the price of fuel has skyrocketed. We're over $2.50 for diesel. I think that's a bit ludicrous, but it is what it is. The only thing I can notice that's a bit different here is this poor car here. It's obviously been in some sort of accident and it's been towed here and left here for whatever reason, obviously for someone to collect. And other than that, the truck stop here is very nice. The people inside are terrific. It is, it's got showers. It's, once again, being a truck stop, it's got all the facilities there for truck drivers to enjoy and take time out and refresh. So it is what it is. It's very good. Okay, now that the drone is on its way, this is where I take the opportunity to provide a little bit more sort of factual information about some of the locations I've visited. So Narrabri is a location or a locality and seat of the Narrabri Shire local government area in the northwest slopes of New South Wales, Australia, on the Namoi River, 521 kilometres or 324 miles northwest of Sydney. Because of the geology of Narrabri and the surrounding area, Narrabri Township was quite prone to flooding and fire. Recently, changes have been made to the river flow to improve overall safety. Narrabri is in the centre of a major cotton growing industry. Other agricultural industries in the area include wheat, beef and lamb. Before the arrival of Europeans in the early 19th century, Narrabri was the home of the Gamilaroi people, who still contribute a significant part of the local population. Narrabri derives its name from the early property of the district called the Narrabri Run. The name Narrabri is Aboriginal in origin and has several possible meanings, which include snake place, big creek, or forked sticks. It could also possibly mean with a knot, so it's your choice which one you think is the correct one. In 1860, Narrabri was proclaimed a town, and a year later, on the 1st of June 1861, Narrabri Post Office opened. Other buildings followed, and the hospital and the first courthouse, which was built in 1864-65, and the school in 1868, and the police station that was built in 1878-79. During the 1880s, the prison and the second courthouse was built. The Narrabri railway station is on the Mungingbai line and it's 569 kilometres or 354 miles from Sydney. The station opened in 1897 and it's served by a single daily Explorer diesel rail motor between Sydney and Moree. Narrabri is an important centre for rail freight with considerable infrastructure improvements since the mid-1990s. And finally, Narrabri is referenced in a song, Tucker's Daughter, by Australian rock singer Ian Moss, where the action takes place on a cotton field on the plains of Narrabri. So that's about it, and please enjoy the remaining aerial views. Now I'll just jump in quickly, just with a quick note. And what I'm noticing, whenever I go to a truck stop or a petrol station or like a major convenience sort of store, it's quite interesting that how many people are working in these stores that are of Indian origin. And from what I've heard, or even from the UK, I've met a few people from the UK where part of their immigration or they have a visiting working permit end up in some of these locations. I understand they have to work a certain amount of kilometres away from a city to somehow qualify, but it was surprising and my hat goes off to them making that commitment, because some of these places are very isolated and I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's up to 12 months they have to work in regional Australia to qualify for a visa that allows them to work much closer to cities.
So here we are coming to the end of this video, and if you did like it, by all means click on the like button or the thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing doesn't cost you 1 cent, but it really does help the channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, especially on these country roads. But boy, some of these road trains are huge and you've got to really stand clear of them. And once again, a little tip: if you're in a motorhome and you can see a road train or any truck really coming from behind and caught up to you, and you're coming up to a hill, it's probably wise to move over before the hill, because they normally like to have a bit of a run up, and so they can make it up and over without dropping gears. Other than that, thanks for watching and thank you for your time.